first of all, I'd like to wish you all a happy New Year's Eve. I thought that tonight it would be fun for my kids to make their own hats. I have lots of paper supplies on hand, so it seems kind of silly for me to go to the store and buy new hats for the kids and then just throw them away the next day. This will kind of be our family activity tonight, and it will use up some of my supplies. It'll be fun. So I thought I would show you what I'm doing. I'm making a prototype because it's always best when you're going to show somebody how to make a project to have tested out a little bit before, so I'm kind of testing it out with you. So this isn't probably going to go perfectly, but let me show you what I've done so far. I've chosen 2 pieces of coordinating paper. I have a printed cardstock and a piece of basil, and all I did was use a quilting template that I have. I just have a basic little circle here, and I went around the circle with my Ultrashape Express to make it quick. You can do the same thing if you want at home just by using a dish, drawing your circle to the same size as the dish, and then just using, basic scissors to cut out your circle. That would be fine. I'm doing a smaller set of circles for my template. For my kids' heads, I'm going to have to do something bigger, but I'm just testing it out right now. So I'm at this stage where I have my 2 coordinating circles, and I've researched online different fun hats that I can make with the kids. And this is kind of a hybrid of some of the different hats that I've seen. So again, just kind of testing it out to see that I have something that's going to work before I kind of walk my kids through this and get them frustrated if I haven't tried it out first. All I've done is taken my circles, folded them kind of like a little taco. I have both of them. And then I'm going to put the printed side, or you could do the solid side, but I think the printed side's the prettiest, so I'm going to put that on top. And you can see I just kind of wrapped it around here, and you can already start to see the shape of a funny little party hat here. So I just need to attach this printed side to the basic side. Now I could use glue, but sometimes it takes a little too long to dry and my kids will want to be embellishing right away. So my other thought was I could easily just use some staples if I would like to, or in this case I think I'm going to use my hot glue gun. So let's see if I have it fired up yet. Yep, it's warm already. So I'm just going to put a little hot glue right around the edges. Nothing very specific. And then I'm going to hold it up here and make sure I get my hat shaped the way I want it to. So I've got one side of hot glue, and then let me do a little bit of hot glue on the other side of that printed paper. Perfect. And then just do a little couple touch-ups. So again, you're walking through this with me the first time as I kind of figure out what I'm doing, but actually I like the shape of that. That's cute. So the only thing else I need to do now is let my kids go crazy with the embellishments, and I thought I would use my Fiskars hole punch along the side here. I'm just going to punch holes along the edges, and this is going to give me something that I can string a tie through, so these will stay on their head. And for my prototype, I'm going to use tulle. Probably not the easiest thing because it doesn't have a pointed end, but with a little bit of patience, I'm going to be able to thread this through. Actually, that wasn't so hard at all, was it? And then I'm just going to tie it on. So I have one tie for one side, and then I'm going to make my other tie on the other side where this Fiskars hole punch hole is, and then I'll be able to tie this around my kiddo's head. So now I just need to embellish. The only other thing I thought I can do is add some fun streamers out here, and the easiest way I can add some fun little spiky streamers out the top of my head is take another piece of coordinating cardstock. I think since my basil's sitting right here, I'm just going to use this. And what I could really quickly do is use my fingertip craft knife. I'm going to move my crazy ring from Patty. And I'm just going to make some just random strips. I'm not being very specific. This is just for fun. Something to wear for New Year's Eve photos. So look, I have some fun little confetti here. And I think to give me even more, I'm going to cut it in half. So look, just with a couple of strokes. I have 4 fun pieces, and I can hot glue gun these together, add them to the top of my party hat, and then I can just use a pencil or my finger, and I'm going to give them a little bit of a curl. You see? So I already have the start of a really fun hat. So I'm going to finish this, add a couple embellishments, and then I'll show you a completed picture, and then I'll be ready for an activity for my kids tonight. So have a very fun and safe New Year's Eve, and I hope you all have lots of crafting resolutions that you're going to share with us on our message board. And maybe tomorrow I'll put on a family picture with all of us in our crazy hats. But until then, let me get started on this. Okay, I wanted to share with you my finished project. It took me seconds, really. I ended up only using 4 pieces of the cardboard twirly stuff that I cut with my fingertip craft knife, and I just curled them around my fingers really quick. And then I went to my stash and found enough stickers to spell out 2011. They're not quite the same size, but that's okay. That's part of the fun of making your own project. And then to make this a little more fancy, I found a sparkly basil bling button. It looks like an antique rhinestone button that you would find on your grandma's coat or something. And I used a little bit of hot glue behind the button to add it to my hat because I am thrifty. When New Year's Eve is over, I'm going to pull this little button off and I'll save it for a more permanent project in 2011. I added my ties to both sides, so now all I need to do is go find somebody to model it for me.